What if everything you've been told about the mysterious drone sightings is a lie? In this story, we uncover the chilling truth behind these unexplained aerial intrusions, spanning government secrets, scary theories, and the terrifying possibility that you're being watched. From secret military exercises to dark conspiracies, the drones are only the beginning. As you dive deeper into this web of mystery, you'll begin to question everything you thought you knew about surveillance, control, and the looming threats that could change your world forever. A note for the listeners. First, we will dive into 7 hard facts that have somehow slipped through the cracks amid all the chaos and online noise. These facts will expose the undeniable evidence, the strange patterns, and the terrifying truths that others are trying to bury. Then, we'll unravel the 7 most disturbing theories behind these drone phenomena, each one more chilling than the last. Are we facing government secrets, enemy incursions, or something far worse? The truth is far darker than you could imagine, and it's closer than you think. Fact 1. The mysterious drone swarms, not a hoax. The skies over New Jersey have become a haunting mystery. For weeks, inexplicable drones have been spotted, silently gliding over residential areas, highways, and even high-security zones. These are no ordinary drones. Larger than recreational models and eerily precise in their movements, they defy conventional explanations. Some are said to as large as SUVs and minibuses. But unlike urban legends or fleeting UFO myths, this isn't hysteria. It's real, and the evidence proves it. The sheer number of reports is staggering. Police departments, local news outlets, and private citizens alike have documented the phenomenon. Dozens of videos and photos have surfaced, showing the drones in formation, glowing with red, green, blue, and white lights that seem sometimes to mix into one. Eyewitnesses describe them as deliberate and organized, hovering at low altitudes before rising sharply out of sight. These accounts are not limited to excitable civilians. Law enforcement officers, trained to distinguish between ordinary and extraordinary, have confirmed sightings. Some police reports even describe attempts to track the drones using helicopters and surveillance tools, attempts that failed as the mysterious crafts disappeared without a trace. One witness, a retired military pilot, described seeing a cluster of drones hovering silently over a densely populated area. "I know what aircraft look like," he said. "These weren't planes, helicopters, or anything conventional. They didn't make sense." His words are echoed by other trained professionals, whose accounts have added credibility to what might otherwise be dismissed as a viral hoax. Perhaps the most compelling evidence comes from the video footage circulating online. Unlike typical shaky cell phone captures of unexplained phenomena, these recordings are clear and consistent. In one video, a glowing drone hovers motionless in the night sky, its light unnervingly steady before it darts away at an angle impossible for most known aerial technology. In another, a formation of 5 drones moves in unison, their lights blinking in a pattern that suggests communication or coordination. Even the government's lack of answers is telling. When federal officials, such as Pentagon spokesperson John Kirby, dismiss these incidents as unprovable, they sidestep the growing archive of visual and testimonial evidence. Instead of offering clarity, these denials deepen the mystery. If they truly had no idea what these drones were, wouldn't they show more urgency in investigating? The dismissals have done little to calm the fears of those who have witnessed the swarms firsthand. The sightings are too frequent, too widespread, and too corroborated by reliable sources to be ignored. And yet, the question remains. If these aren't the work of a prankster or a rogue operator, then who or what is controlling them? The evidence is undeniable. Whatever is flying over New Jersey's skies, it's not a product of mass hysteria or a hoax. These drones are real, and their presence is deliberate. As videos continue to surface and reports pile up, one thing becomes chillingly clear. Whoever is behind these drones isn't trying to hide. Instead, they want to be seen, leaving the rest of us to wonder why. Fact 2. Local police and state tech failures. The mystery of the New Jersey drones grows darker when you consider one alarming fact. Local law enforcement and state-of-the-art technology are completely outmatched. Despite the best efforts of police helicopters, surveillance drones, and anti-drone systems in the state, these strange aerial objects remain untouchable, slipping away like shadows in the night. Every attempt to track or disable them has ended in failure, an eerie reminder of how powerless even advanced tools can be against an unknown force. In one widely reported incident, a local police department dispatched a helicopter after a swarm of drones was spotted over a residential neighborhood. The chopper, equipped with thermal imaging and night vision, was designed to track objects in low visibility. Yet as soon as it approached the drones, their lights vanished, leaving nothing but empty darkness. The police pilot described the experience as unlike anything I've ever seen, like they knew we were coming. Attempts to pick them up on radar also failed. It was as though the drones could simply disappear at will. State-of-the-art anti-drone systems, typically used to intercept road devices, have proven equally ineffective. New Jersey's proximity to high-security sites like the Salem nuclear power plant and McGuire Air Force Base means the state is no stranger to drone threats. These areas are equipped with cutting-edge counter-drone measures, including signal jammers and radar systems capable of detecting even small, commercially available drones. Yet when the mysterious swarms appear, these systems are rendered useless. Reports from technicians reveal that jammers fail to disrupt the drone's movements, and radar operators are often left staring at blank screens where the drones should be. The frustration among local law enforcement is palpable. We're used to dealing with reckless drone operators or hobbyists, one officer stated, but these things are way beyond that. It's like they're playing a game of cat and mouse, and we're always the mouse. The failures are not just embarrassing, they're deeply unsettling. If the drones can outmaneuver and outsmart advanced technology, what does that say about their capabilities? New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy said the recent drones which have been sighted in the state are very sophisticated, saying the minute you get your eyes on them, they go dark. Adding to the confusion, there's no clear point of origin. Officers have scoured parks, fields, and other open areas, searching for launch sites or operators, but none have been found. Despite their extensive presence in the skies, these drones seem to materialize from nowhere and vanish just as quickly. The lack of a clear trail leaves authorities guessing and citizens on edge. The repeated failures of local and state technology have turned this into more than just a curiosity. It's a full-blown crisis of confidence. If law enforcement and government agencies can't even track these drones, let alone identify who or what controls them, then how can anyone feel safe? As more sightings are reported and the mystery deepens, one thing is clear. Whoever or whatever is behind the drones is technology far beyond anything we can fight against. Fact 3. Drone encounters worldwide. The New Jersey drone sightings began on November 18th near Morris County, but have since spread to at least 5 more states: New York, Connecticut, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, and Virginia. These mysterious drone hauntings aren't just a local phenomenon. They are part of a chilling global mystery. Reports of similar swarms have surfaced near military installations and sensitive sites in Russia, China, and across Europe. These sightings suggest a coordinated and unsettling presence that transcends borders, sparking fears that whatever is behind these drones may be operating on a scale far beyond what most are willing to imagine. In Russia, drones eerily similar to those in New Jersey have been spotted near key military facilities. Witnesses report seeing formations of glowing orbs hovering in restricted airspace before darting away at speeds no known drone technology could achieve. These incidents have left Russian military officials scrambling for explanations, with no clear origin or operator identified. Some reports even suggest these drones evaded surface-to-air missile systems, a feat that would require advanced countermeasures far beyond the reach of most nations, or so we thought. China, too, has reported unsettling encounters. In 2023, drones described as orb-like with plasma-style glows were seen over sensitive research facilities in Beijing. Videos leaked on Chinese social media showed strange lights moving with unnatural precision before disappearing without a trace. The Chinese government remained silent on the issue, fueling speculation and paranoia. Were these drones foreign surveillance tools? Or were they something else entirely? Europe has not been spared from these anomalies either. In the UK, drones have been seen circling nuclear power plants and military bases, their movements deliberate and defiant. Despite extensive investigations, authorities have been unable to trace their origins. The same story plays out in France, Germany, and even Norway, drones appearing in critical locations, defying detection and disappearing without a sound. What makes these global encounters so unnerving is their consistency. Witnesses from different countries, often with no connection to one another, describe eerily similar phenomena: glowing lights, impossible speeds, and drones that seem impervious to tracking or interception. And just like in New Jersey, there is never a launch site, no evidence of human operators, and no answers. The broader implications of these sightings are deeply troubling. If these drones are the product of a single entity, be it a government, a private organization, or something more enigmatic, it means they possess technology that outmatches even the world's most advanced militaries. Their presence near critical sites like nuclear plants and military bases raises questions about intent. Are they spying? Testing vulnerabilities? Or is their purpose something more sinister? For now, all we have are patterns that suggest this phenomenon is not isolated to one state, one country, or even one continent. The New Jersey drones may feel close to home, but they are part of a much larger, much darker mystery. And as more sightings occur across the globe, one thing becomes painfully clear. Whoever, or whatever, is behind this isn't just watching. They're making sure they're seen. Fact 4. Government evasion. The shadow of government denial looms large over the mysterious drone phenomenon. Time and time again, U.S. officials, especially federal agencies and the White House, have waved away public concerns with a dismissive shrug, leaving citizens with more questions than answers. Among the most notable voices is National Security Council spokesperson John Kirby, whose statements downplaying the significance of these sightings only add fuel to the growing inferno of conspiracy theories. The official line is clear. These incidents are unprovable, unimportant, and certainly not a priority for investigation. But beneath this calculated apathy lies a sense of something far more sinister. Imagine reporting a series of glowing drones circling sensitive areas, only to hear the government tell you it's no big deal. Witnesses in New Jersey and elsewhere have shared high-definition video evidence of strange aerial phenomena. Despite the clarity of these accounts, officials respond with vague, rehearsed dismissals. Nothing to worry about, they say. Probably just commercial drones. Yet how do commercial drones defy air traffic laws, escape radar detection, and evade advanced anti-drone technologies? The lack of answers only deepens public unease. Worse, there's an undeniable pattern to the evasion. When pressed, government representatives offer hollow reassurances. We're monitoring the situation. There's no evidence of a threat. But behind closed doors, reports suggest that agencies like the FBI and FAA are quietly scrambling. Whistleblowers have hinted at classified briefings detailing the drone's baffling capabilities, their precision flight paths, and their boldness in infiltrating restricted airspace. If the government knows more, it isn't sharing, and that silence is deafening. The refusal to engage transparently has created fertile ground for speculation. Could these drones belong to the U.S. military, conducting clandestine operations even state authorities aren't aware of? Or are they foreign surveillance devices from a rival power? Some theorists whisper about black budget programs and experimental technologies, while others point to chilling possibilities of psychological manipulation or staged events. Each theory circles back to the same disturbing question: why won't the government tell us what it knows? What's more, the dismissive tone isn't just careless, it's calculated. By trivializing the sightings, officials hope to push the topic out of mainstream discourse. But their indifference comes at a price. As explanations remain elusive, frustration festers among citizens who feel ignored and deceived. Social media platforms are flooded with theories, videos, and amateur investigations, creating a digital echo chamber of paranoia and distrust. There is a possibility that people will take matters into their own hands and try to shoot the drones down. For the witnesses who've seen the drones firsthand, the government's evasiveness feels like betrayal. These aren't mass hallucinations or grainy UFO tales from yesteryear. These are real events documented in real time, and yet the very institutions meant to protect and inform seem intent on doing neither. The more officials evade, the louder the whispers become. Are they hiding incompetence or complicity? The government's silence on the drones doesn't make the phenomenon disappear, it magnifies it. And with every dismissive press conference and brushed-off question, one terrifying conclusion looms closer. Perhaps they aren't telling us the truth because the truth is too frightening to admit. Fact 5. Historical parallels. The eerie drones of modern times may not be as new as they seem. Long before the advent of advanced technology, ancient civilizations, soldiers on the battlefield, and common folk gazing at the skies documented mysterious, glowing orbs with characteristics uncannily similar to today's sightings. Could the drones over New Jersey and beyond be part of a much older, more chilling mystery? Historical records from around the world tell stories of strange lights in the sky. In the 16th century, Swiss residents reported witnessing glowing orbs battling in the heavens during what came to be known as the Nuremberg celestial phenomenon of 1561. Accounts describe fiery spheres and cylindrical objects engaging in inexplicable aerial maneuvers. Much like today's drones, these sightings defied the technological understanding of their era, leaving witnesses both terrified and in awe. In the 1940s, Allied pilots coined the term Foo Fighters to describe glowing orbs that dogged their aircraft during World War II. These lights appeared to follow planes with intelligent precision, moving with an agility that baffled even seasoned aviators. Some thought they were secret Nazi weapons, others speculated on extraterrestrial origins, but no conclusive answers were ever found. Sound familiar? Even ancient texts hint at the phenomenon. The Mahabharata, a Hindu epic, describes flying chariots and radiant spheres that roamed the skies. In medieval Europe, records tell of glowing lights hovering over battlefields, eerily reminiscent of drones watching critical sites today. From Egypt's Tully Papyrus, which mentions fiery disks, to Chinese dynastic records of luminous pearls in the night sky, the parallels are unnerving. What's most disturbing is how consistent these reports are across time and geography. The descriptions of glowing orbs, silent movement, and inexplicable behavior match what modern witnesses report seeing above New Jersey, nuclear facilities, and military bases. The question is, are these truly ancient, or has some intelligence, terrestrial or otherwise, been operating with impunity in our skies for centuries? Skeptics argue that ancient accounts are likely misinterpretations of natural phenomena, like meteors or comets. But this explanation falters when faced with patterns that suggest intentionality. Lights moving in formation, following travelers, or hovering over critical sites are behaviors that don't align with random celestial events. What if these historical parallels aren't coincidences? Could the orbs of the past and the drones of the present be one and the same? If so, why have they lingered in the shadows of human history for so long, only to emerge now in our most guarded airspaces? The unsettling thought remains. Today's drones might not represent a leap forward in technology, but rather the continuation of an enigma older than modern civilization. Have we been watched for centuries, our skies silently monitored by something or someone that refuses to be identified? As history repeats itself in the glowing orbs over New Jersey, one thing becomes clear. The mystery isn't just modern. It's timeless. Fact 6. Evasive and brazen behavior. The drone's behavior is as chilling as it is calculated. Videos captured by eyewitnesses show them hovering confidently in the sky, their lights bright and conspicuous, as if they want to be noticed. But the moment they are challenged by police helicopters, private drones, or investigative teams, they disappear into the darkness with an eerie precision. It's as though these machines, or whatever controls them, are playing a game, one that humanity is losing. During the New Jersey sightings, residents have watched in amazement and fear as drones with brilliant lights hovered above neighborhoods and highways. At times, they formed patterns in the sky, moving as though choreographed. But when authorities sent helicopters to investigate, the drones would suddenly go dark, vanishing into the night as though they were never there. Despite state-of-the-art tracking equipment, no heat signatures or signals could be detected. Police and private investigators alike are baffled. The drones seem to operate with an intelligence that defies simple explanation. This isn't random hobbyist activity. This is something far more calculated. "It's like they know we're coming," said one local officer in frustration. Attempts to corner or engage the drones have only ended in failure. The air vehicles consistently outmaneuver the best technology law enforcement can muster. Perhaps the most unsettling detail is their silence. Unlike consumer drones, which emit a distinct buzzing noise, these machines glide through the air noiselessly. When they go dark, it's as if they've vanished into thin air. Experts theorize that advanced cloaking technology could be in play, but who would have access to such capabilities? The deliberate nature of their appearances is equally unnerving. Witnesses claim that these drones hover for extended periods, flashing their lights in what almost feels like a performance. They have been seen over neighborhoods, highways, and even near critical infrastructure, as if deliberately taunting those below. Why show themselves so openly only to vanish the moment they are pursued? This behavior isn't just evasive, it's taunting. It raises the question of motive. Are the operators testing the limits of local law enforcement, gauging reaction times and tactics? Or is the entire spectacle designed to create panic and confusion among the public? The brazenness with which these drones appear and disappear suggests a deeper purpose, one that remains shrouded in mystery. As sightings grow in number, the pattern becomes clear. These drones are far from ordinary. They want to be seen, but only on their terms. And when the authorities come too close, they vanish without a trace, leaving behind a growing sense of dread. Whatever their purpose, one thing is certain. These machines are not just watching us, they're toying with us. And in the shadows where they disappear, darker questions linger. Who or what is controlling them? And why do they seem untouchable? Fact 7. Extraordinary access to sensitive sites. The ease with which these drones penetrate some of the most secure locations in the United States is both extraordinary and chilling. Among the most unsettling examples is the Salem nuclear power plant in New Jersey. On December 14, 2024, witnesses reported swarms of mysterious drones with glowing lights circling the facility. Despite the plant's sophisticated security protocols and anti-drone systems, these machines flew in and out of restricted airspace as though no defenses existed at all. This is not an isolated case. Across the country, similar drones have been seen hovering over military bases, nuclear facilities, and other critical infrastructure. Air Force bases like Malmstrom in Montana and F.E. Warren in Wyoming, both home to America's nuclear arsenal, have reported these unexplained aerial intrusions. In some cases, the drones linger for hours, seemingly observing or mapping their targets. They defy radar, elude interception attempts, and vanish before they can be traced. What's most alarming is the sheer brazenness of these incursions. Flying over nuclear facilities or military installations isn't just a violation of federal airspace. It's a potential act of espionage or terrorism. And yet, these drones operate with impunity, raising questions about the vulnerability of America's most critical sites. Authorities have scrambled to explain the phenomenon, with theories ranging from foreign surveillance to private corporations testing new technology. But none of these explanations account for the consistent failure of state-of-the-art anti-drone systems. In one instance, military-grade counter-drone technology failed to disrupt or even detect the intruders, leaving officials scratching their heads. The implications are staggering. If these drones are operated by foreign adversaries, they represent a level of technological sophistication that rivals or even surpasses U.S. capabilities. If they are domestic, then the operators are brazenly ignoring federal laws and regulations, conducting operations with a precision that suggests access to classified knowledge. What makes these intrusions even more sinister is the possibility that they aren't purely human-controlled. Some experts have speculated that advanced AI may be piloting these drones, enabling them to adapt in real time to avoid detection and interception. Others propose even more unsettling theories, that these craft may not be of earthly origin at all. The Salem incident, like so many others, remains unresolved. Official reports acknowledge the sightings, but offer no concrete explanations. Meanwhile, the public is left to wonder. If drones can so easily bypass the defenses of nuclear power plants and military installations, what else might they be capable of? The thought is terrifying. Highly secure sites, designed to protect against the most sophisticated threats, rendered helpless by silent, glowing machines. Whether these drones are tools of espionage, surveillance, or something far stranger, their ability to penetrate America's critical infrastructure is a wake-up call. The question is no longer whether these sites are vulnerable. It's who or what is exploiting that vulnerability and why. Now, let's look at some of theories about what the New Jersey drones could be. Theory 1. Searching for a dirty bomb. One of the most chilling theories surrounding these mysterious drones is the possibility that they are covertly scanning for smuggled nuclear or chemical devices, silent sentinels tasked with preventing catastrophic attacks. This theory suggests that the drones belong to the U.S. military, operating under the utmost secrecy to avoid public panic. If true, the implications are terrifying. The government may suspect that a deadly weapon of mass destruction is already on American soil. The stealth and persistence of these drones align disturbingly well with this hypothesis. Their frequent appearances near critical infrastructure, particularly nuclear plants and military sites, seem less like random intrusions and more like deliberate reconnaissance. Could they be scanning for radiation signatures or chemical markers invisible to the human eye? If the U.S. government is deploying advanced drone technology for such a mission, it would explain the cloak and dagger nature of these operations. No announcements, no warnings, just an eerie, silent presence in the skies. Adding to the tension is the idea that this operation must remain a secret. Imagine the chaos that would ensue if the public learned of even a potential dirty bomb threat. People would flee cities, supply chains would collapse, and trust in the government's ability to protect its citizens would shatter overnight. It's no wonder the authorities would choose to keep such a mission under wraps. But secrecy comes at a cost. The lack of transparency fuels fear and speculation. Videos of these drones have gone viral, with millions of Americans wondering what exactly is flying above their neighborhoods. Meanwhile, official responses range from vague denials to outright dismissals. When pressed about the drones, government officials deflect, offering no clarity. For those inclined to believe this theory, the silence speaks volumes. Something extraordinary is happening, and we aren't meant to know. The technical capabilities required for such a covert mission are staggering. These drones would need to carry sophisticated detection equipment, capable of identifying radioactive or chemical signatures from the air. They would also need to evade commercial radar, remain operational for extended periods, and adapt in real time to avoid capture. Such technology is within the realm of possibility, but its existence has never been publicly acknowledged. The deeper question is, why now? If these drones are hunting for a dirty bomb, does that mean credible intelligence points to an imminent threat? Or are these operations a precautionary measure, a routine sweep to prevent the unthinkable? Either way, the mere possibility is enough to send chills down your spine. As the drones continue their silent patrols, the public is left to speculate. Are they guardian angels, working tirelessly to keep us safe? Or are they a grim reminder of how close we stand to the precipice of disaster? In the end, the truth remains as elusive as the drones themselves, vanishing into the night without a trace. Theory 2. Foreign espionage. The idea that these mysterious drones could be part of a foreign espionage operation, perhaps from China, Russia, or another adversary, sends a cold shiver down your spine. The drone's ability to silently navigate the skies over military bases, power plants, and other sensitive sites suggests a level of sophistication that raises unsettling questions. Yet, experts quickly dismiss this theory, citing the significant technological gap between these nations and the United States. But what if that's part of the cover-up? What if this is not a mistake, but a deliberate deception. China and Russia have long been known to engage in cyber espionage, hacking into sensitive government networks and stealing military secrets. But this type of aerial surveillance takes things to a whole new level. If these drones truly belong to foreign powers, they would be operating with cutting-edge technology, silently skimming over America's most secure sites without triggering alarms. No sound, no warning, just a flicker of lights in the sky before they vanish into the night. The real horror lies in the gap between what's possible and what's acknowledged. While the technological prowess of China and Russia is often underestimated by Western experts, could they truly possess the capability to deploy such advanced drones? The more you consider the possibility, the more chilling it becomes. These drones could be gathering intelligence on America's most guarded secrets, nuclear arsenals, classified military operations, and more. And then there's the question of motive. Why risk it? Why would foreign powers risk an act of aggression so visible that it would almost certainly provoke retaliation? The answer lies in the unknown. The modern world is a place where boundaries are increasingly blurred, where the line between cyber attacks, surveillance, and direct warfare has all but disappeared. If China or Russia were to deploy drones in the US, it could be the opening salvo in a new kind of Cold War, one fought in the skies, unseen but deeply felt. The theory is terrifying, and its implications even more so. Could these drones be the first sign of an aerial arms race, one that's playing out right above us while we're distracted by life on the ground? Or perhaps it's something even darker, an espionage operation so deep, so covert, that it's operating right under our noses while we search for answers in the wrong places. Whatever the truth, this theory taps into a primal fear that the skies above us, once thought to be ours alone, are no longer safe. Theory 3. Corporate or private experiments. As strange as it seems, one of the most terrifying theories surrounding the New Jersey drone phenomenon is the possibility that these drones are part of a covert experiment conducted by private entities or corporations. The thought that powerful, hidden forces may be using the skies above us as their testing ground sends a chill down the spine. Imagine it. Rogue operators, corporate giants, or shadowy research groups running highly secretive experiments, unseen by the public, unchallenged by law enforcement, and far beyond the reach of government oversight. The drones, sleek and eerie, could be nothing more than the tools of a much darker purpose. At first, this idea might sound outlandish. After all, private corporations would risk inciting widespread panic if they carried out such a high-profile operation. The mere presence of these drones in populated areas has already created mass fear. Locals are alarmed. Witnesses are terrified. Local law enforcement is helpless. And yet, these entities seem to continue their operations undeterred. If this is a corporate or private experiment, it would have to be happening under the tightest secrecy, so secret that even government agencies are left in the dark. Why would a corporation or rogue group engage in such dangerous activities? The answers may lie in the nature of the experiments themselves. Perhaps they're testing new drone technology for surveillance or military applications. Maybe they're pushing the boundaries of artificial intelligence, or perhaps experimenting with psychological manipulation through aerial presence. What better way to test the boundaries of society's reaction to surveillance than by unleashing drones with seemingly mysterious intent, hovering near military bases, nuclear plants, and critical infrastructure? In this eerie game of cat and mouse, the drones become the ultimate test subjects, capturing raw human fear and confusion. However, the most disturbing part of this theory is how easily it could be masked. The perfect storm for such an experiment would be one where government agencies turn a blind eye, the public remains largely unaware, and the consequences can be controlled or obscured. If this is indeed the work of corporations, it raises questions about how much power these companies may wield behind the scenes. With vast resources and access to technologies far beyond the reach of average citizens, they could be operating in ways that are almost impossible to comprehend, let alone confront. But there's one major flaw in this theory that makes it hard to swallow: the panic. The widespread terror caused by these drones in the skies isn't just a minor inconvenience, it's a public crisis. The mass hysteria, The press coverage, the viral videos flooding social media. None of this fits the profile of a low-key, high-risk private experiment. Corporations may be ruthless, but they are not in the business of starting widespread panic unless it's part of a larger agenda. Still, the very idea that private companies could be running an unchecked top-secret operation hidden in plain sight is far more unsettling than we care to admit. Whether it's a chilling test of power or a dangerous bid to control the future of surveillance, these drones are the harbingers of a new kind of private warfare. And no one knows who's pulling the strings. Theory 4, alien contact. What if the drones aren't earthly at all? What if these silent, hovering visitors are not the products of military or corporate experiments, but something far more sinister, extraterrestrial technology observing humanity from above? The idea that these drones might be the vanguard of an alien presence is as chilling as it is fascinating, and it would explain much of the mysterious behavior surrounding them. New Jersey, a focal point for so many sightings, could be a place of particular interest. Could it be the proximity to major military and nuclear facilities? Is there something unique about the region that draws these strange objects from beyond? Or is it that these drones, or perhaps their creators, are observing humanity in its most sensitive areas, places of power, technology, and secretive operations? The New Jersey sightings are far from isolated. Reports of strange lights, orbs, and drones have surfaced from military bases, key infrastructure, and even remote locations. These objects move in ways that defy the laws of physics, and they seem to operate with an intelligence that we can't begin to comprehend. The drones don't just appear at random. They seem to come and go with a deliberate rhythm, observing, studying, and then vanishing when human-operated technology attempts to catch them. Why would extraterrestrials choose to communicate with us in such a subtle, indirect way? Could this be an alien reconnaissance mission, preparing for a more direct form of contact? The idea that extraterrestrials might be observing humanity without engaging directly through technological proxies like drones raises unnerving possibilities. What are they studying? Are they assessing our military capabilities, our technology, or are they simply gathering data on our reactions to their presence? Even more unsettling is the behavior of the drones themselves. Unlike conventional surveillance equipment, these drones seem to be aware of when they're being tracked. Police helicopters, local drones, and even military planes have tried to pursue them, only for the mysterious crafts to disappear into the night. This level of awareness suggests that these aren't random, rogue machines. They are highly sophisticated and capable of evading detection. There are many videos that seem to show that when a person observes the orbs or drones, whether through their naked eyes or recording them on the camera, their behavior changes. This kind of extraordinary intelligence, responding to human actions in real time, might be something far beyond what we've come to expect from terrestrial technology. What makes the alien theory even more terrifying is the possibility that New Jersey is just the beginning. If these drones are alien in nature, what does that mean for the rest of the world? Are they here to stay? And if they are observing us, what do they want from us? Are we on the verge of an alien revelation? Or is this merely the opening act in a far darker drama yet to unfold? In the end, the alien contact theory forces us to confront an unimaginable truth, that we may not be alone, and the skies above us may be teeming with watchers, waiting to make their presence known, or perhaps preparing something far worse for us. Theory 5, Project Blue Beam, a deep state mega event. What if the drone sightings, the mysterious orbs, and the constant evasion by military technology are not accidents? What if they are part of a far-reaching, orchestrated plan by the deep state, one so audacious and disturbing it could change the course of humanity forever? Some conspiracy theorists have pointed to a chilling possibility: Project Blue Beam. Project Blue Beam, often cited as a government exercise, is a theory that suggests the use of advanced holographic technology to stage a worldwide event, an alien invasion, a global religious upheaval, or some other shocking phenomenon. But the twist lies in the purpose behind these manipulations: control. The theory claims that the deep state intends to use this fake event to create widespread panic, forcing people to accept new global control measures, including a loss of personal freedoms and a shift to an authoritarian regime. The drones, then, may be more than just a bizarre technological anomaly. According to some, they could be part of a grand rehearsal for this staged event. If these mysterious drones, both human military ones and the alien-like orbs, are indeed operating under the guidance of shadowy government forces, it could be that their purpose is to prepare the public for a larger spectacle. This is a chilling thought, but the pieces seem to fit. Consider the possibility of a global alien invasion, orchestrated through the use of high-tech holograms. These holograms would not only be seen by millions, but would be so realistic that they could easily fool even the most skeptical of observers. Imagine entire cities witnessing massive, terrifying alien ships hovering in the sky, flashing in ways that seem impossible. The psychological shock would be immense. But the real horror comes when people realize the invasion is not real, it's all been staged. The ultimate goal, control. This kind of event would justify sweeping new laws, draconian measures to protect society, and the consolidation of power in the hands of a few. While the theory may sound like the stuff of science fiction, it doesn't seem so far-fetched when you consider the level of technology we have at our disposal today. The military has long been developing advanced holographic technologies that can create incredibly lifelike projections, and some believe these capabilities are far more advanced than the public knows. The drones, with their unusual behavior and odd evasions, might be testing the waters, refining the technology, and gauging public response to strange, otherworldly phenomena. With the United States in a politically unstable lame duck period, it could be the perfect time for shadowy operations like Project Bluebeam to unfold. With leadership distracted and power in transition, the deep state could execute covert plans under the radar, away from public scrutiny. It's a chilling thought, but a time of uncertainty often becomes a breeding ground for the most dangerous and secretive activities. Could the world be on the brink of something monumental, orchestrated right under our noses? The drones' repeated appearances in the area are not coincidental. They may be part of a much larger operation aimed at softening the ground for a world-shattering event. The notion that Project Blue Beam is a real, government-backed initiative is terrifying enough. Yet the idea that humanity could be manipulated into accepting totalitarian control through the lens of a staged alien invasion or any other global crisis adds a chilling sense of urgency to the mystery. These drones, these orbs, and the eerie silence from those in power are pieces of a puzzle we are only beginning to understand. Theory 6. 2 drone types observed, human and alien. Amid the strange drone sightings in New Jersey and across the United States, an eerie pattern has begun to emerge. 2 distinct categories of drones seem to be operating in our skies. One group appears entirely human in origin, while the other exhibits characteristics so strange that they defy all logical explanations. Is this a coincidence, or is something far more sinister at play? The first category is familiar: U.S. military drones, which comply with FAA regulations. These drones are technologically advanced, but grounded in reality. They look like the kind of UAVs you'd expect to see in modern military operations, with their sleek, angular designs and distinct FAA-compliant lighting systems. These drones are the ones that police helicopters have attempted to intercept, only to see them vanish in a thin air when approached. But unlike other drones that fly in a predictable pattern, these military drones seem to evade, hiding from view at will, as though someone is orchestrating their movements with surgical precision. Then, there's the second type, plasma-like orbs that hover in the sky with an almost ethereal glow. These are the ones that seem to defy all scientific understanding. They don't fit any known classification of drones or aircraft. Some witnesses describe them as glowing, pulsating orbs that change colors, while others swear they've seen the objects darting across the sky at incredible speeds, faster than any aircraft could move. The lights shift, sometimes fading into thin air, as if they are part of some higher dimensional technology. No FAA regulations, no military design, just an otherworldly presence. What's even more chilling is the growing theory that these 2 types of drones may not be acting independently. What if the military drones are not simply flying by themselves, but are instead monitoring and observing these plasma-like orbs, studying them like a curious scientist watching an unknown species. Could it be that the military is tracking something they don't fully understand, something far beyond their own technology? Or could the orbs be alien drones trying to communicate or gather data about us? The idea that both types of drones, human and alien, are interrelated raises unnerving possibilities. If the US military is indeed shadowing these mysterious plasma orbs, it suggests that there is far more going on than we're being told. Perhaps these drones aren't just flying to gather information. They could be marking territories, testing human reactions, or even setting the stage for something much larger. The possibility that the orbs could be of extraterrestrial origin adds an even more terrifying layer to the mystery. Could aliens be using our own military technology to keep track of their movements? Or are the plasma orbs their own creations, navigating the skies with an intelligence far more advanced than anything humanity has ever known? Whatever the truth, one thing is certain. The skies over New Jersey and across the globe are hiding something far darker than any of us could have imagined. And the fact that two distinct types of drones seem to be sharing the same airspace is a clue that something monumental is unfolding above us. What they are doing and who they answer to remains a mystery, but the implications are nothing short of terrifying. Theory 7. Secret U.S. military exercises. The Drone Patriot Act. The drones hovering ominously over New Jersey are not just a perplexing mystery. They could be part of a covert U.S. military operation. The secrecy surrounding these incidents, especially the lack of communication between federal agencies and local governments, raises suspicions of a highly classified project. Why are these drones operating with such precision over sensitive sites and in such vast numbers? Yet no one can seem to pinpoint their origin or purpose. Some theorists suggest that this is a secret military exercise designed to test new surveillance technologies, stealth capabilities, or even crowd control measures. The drones, appearing with eerie regularity, could be a way for the government to evaluate public reactions to increasingly sophisticated technologies, all while remaining hidden in the shadows. The absence of any clear answers from authorities only adds fuel to the fire. But there's another chilling possibility. These sightings may not be about testing technology. They could be about manipulating the public to justify extreme new legislation. The government, many believe, could be using these drone sightings as a psychological tool to generate fear and uncertainty. The constant presence of mysterious drones, often evading local police, could be the spark needed to push a bill into action, the Drone Patriot Act. This proposed legislation would give the government sweeping powers to control airspace, restrict civilian drone use, and impose draconian laws aimed at keeping the skies safe from unidentified aerial threats. In essence, it could allow the government to monopolize the air, limiting citizens' ability to freely operate drones while increasing its own surveillance capacity. The logic behind this theory is unsettlingly simple. Create a perceived crisis, mysterious drones buzzing over sensitive areas, eluding even the most advanced anti-drone technology, and you create the perfect storm for mass panic. As fear spreads, the government steps in, offering a solution in the form of stringent regulations. The public, desperate for protection, would likely welcome any measure that promises safety from these unknown invaders. The Drone Patriot Act could be positioned as the necessary response to this newly fabricated threat. But there's a darker side to this theory. If the drones are indeed part of a secret military exercise, it's a clear violation of the principle that local and state governments should be kept informed about such operations. The lack of transparency suggests that whatever is happening is too sensitive or too dangerous to reveal to the public. The drones could be testing not just technology, but the limits of government control over civilian life, preparing the ground for an even more invasive surveillance state. Whether the drones are part of a military exercise, an elaborate ruse, or a more insidious government plan, one thing is clear. They represent a disturbing glimpse into a future where the government controls more than just the skies. And in the midst of it all, we are left to wonder, are we witnessing the start of a new era of surveillance? One where the very air we breathe is under constant scrutiny?